Hey everybody, it's the Fantastic Bunny. Today I am playing some more Duels. I'm playing a side deck where you basically try to build kind of a swarmy board over and over again and buff it up to beat your opponent down with. Early on you have an advantage because you basically are an aggro deck. So in the early games you can kind of chip through 20 health really easily. Later on you need some pretty good augments to keep you going though. You can start to run out of fuel in the later matches when people have like 30, 35, 40 health.
Finally, a real fight.
Considering keeping the grave strength here, it really helps bring this deck online, but I don't think I'm going to keep it. I'm going to send everything else back looking for a good one drop. Nice, the foul leg on turn 1 is really good. Just gives me a good breakpoint if I need to trade into something the opponent plays. Opponent off to a slow start, missing turn 1. This deck can punish that really hard, potentially. So we might just be able to raise them down here. Jackpot turn 2 is kind of slow, to be honest. Just not getting the opponent just not getting onto the board here means that anytime they do, I'm gonna have good breakpoints.
Trust no one, not even me.
Ooh, double agent is a good comeback. It's gotta be hero power and a 2-drop here. I'm just trying to decide between Nerubian Egg and the Battlefield Necromancer. I'm gonna go with the egg here. It just gives me a good trade here if the opponent doesn't trade into my foul. Plus the Necromancer's breakpoints are pretty bad, summoning a 1-3 into their 3-3. Opponent going face is interesting. I wonder if he just discovered a lot of damage or something. I don't think I'm too bothered by that. I just go face back. I'm not sure about this play. It gives me a good taunt so that I don't have to trade into his minions. I can just go face here. But the alternative was to Lichborn Might the egg here, hit there, and develop the peasant. And that might have been better. Just to get the 4-4 on board immediately. I can't actually get through the Insatiable Fellhound on board, unfortunately. I'm just gonna go Graveyard Shift and... I'm not gonna go Vile Necromancer here. Actually, I think the hero power is just more valuable. Developing the 4-4 and pushing the 3 damage into the taunt right now. I'm on 12 health if the opponent just decides to go face with what's on board here. Kind of scary. They're holding a lot of damage. They discovered a mage spell. I'm scared of like Pyroblast or Fireball or something. Opponent going face here. It's kind of scary. Rune Forging is a good draw. It lets me swing back face. I'm gonna go Rune Forging, hit the Glaciax. Going. I'm gonna trade like this. I think having the extra 1-1 on board here is valuable. This leaves me on 8 health, which keeps me alive against Fireball. Or actually technically 7 health, because they can trade... Oh no, they can't Hero Power and Fireball, never mind. If he trades here, I'm pretty happy. Unless he clears my whole board. Bell Rattler is so good. Thankfully, the 2/2 is still alive on board. The Astalor is a really good draw. I don't have any damage out, so I need to win the board back somehow. 4 of these cards are 2/2s when I draw them. Not drawing into any of those today, unfortunately. Cheat Death? What is Cheat Death giving them? Astalor? Astalor's kind of so strong, to be honest. Hitting the double Undead Peasant though is pretty good though. I think if he's playing the Astalor here, it's just too slow. I just kill him, so not too upset with him getting another copy of Astalor. I think the game's gonna end before it matters too much. Still would have been better to give him... I don't know if it's actually better to give him the Ghoul. Or the Ghoulish Alchemist, because it gets him a free concoction if I do that. So maybe this is actually the better target to kill. That being said, it does give him a lot of armor if I don't kill him fast here. It's just dead on board though. This is 4, 8, plus 3. That puts me to 11. Anti-magic shell and grave strength are more damage as well. Which is a 50-50 shot at hitting one of those. He's trading here because otherwise he is just dead on board. Does anti-magic shell do enough? I don't think so. Let's start off here, see what I find. Deathbringer. I'll start here. I'll trade here, and then go face with the rest. I think the 2/2s on board are just valuable enough here, because I have the anti-magic shell in hand next turn. He has another Astalor in hand, and he also has the third version of the Astalor. He has 2 of those in hand, but it's not Mana Thirst yet. It's on 12 health right now. I have enough damage if he doesn't clear all of this. The sap there is not terribly likely to clear a big minion here. He's just dead on board. This is 6. This here is another 5. And then the hero power. And then I have the anti-magic shell as well. Wow. Reckless Apprentice is like horrible. Why is that in his deck? That's like actually in his deck. And it just gives all of these minions poisonous. Oh, I guess it gives him Vile Concoctions. I didn't realize you would get Vile Concoctions for that, so it's kind of a big value card, but it does give all of your opponent's minions poisonous. Cannibalism is a really good hit for this deck. You build a lot of kind of swarmy boards, and just getting extra attack off your minions dying feeds into what this deck wants to do. I don't think Meat Grinders are that interesting for this deck. Rivendell is kind of interesting, but Stoneskin Gargoyle is just so bad, and so is Shade of Naxxramas. I think Battlefield Necromancers are decent in the deck. It's not like a crazy good card or anything, but another Marrowgar is a good pickup too. And those two other buckets suck there. Interesting. But not if I'm already holding the Great Glaciax.
Finally, a real fight.
I think I send back the Rune Forging and keep the Glaciax, right? Like, it's just better if I can go for like early plays. But the Glaciax is like a really good card, so I want to keep it in my opening hand if I find it. Plagued Grain is a really good draw for turn 1 here, because it brings my Necromancers online. Just cheating out these early 1/3 corpses can be really, really strong. Sorcerer's Gambit. Opponent kept the quest, which is worth noting. They think that they need the spell damage to win the game even this early. At 25 HP. What was that? A Rune Orb? I accidentally clicked Rune Orb, yeah. Graveyard Shift with Cannibalism is kind of nuts, actually. The opponent hero powers one of these, it actually just puts more damage on the board. Next turn, Glaciax is decent. Siphon Mana is kind of scary, they could do a lot with cheap spells. Getting the Glaciax down is good, it just lets me start churning through these attacks to get the Death Rattle off. And it's just a lot of pressure on the opponent as well. Unfortunately, drawing into the Rune Forging here is pretty atrocious. Maybe that's one consideration as to why I should keep the Rune Forging instead of the weapon in hand. Is that it's really, really bad if I draw the Rune Forging ever. After drawing the weapon. The Ignite here doesn't actually help the opponent reduce damage. It does advance the quest though. They wanted to hero power this. Maybe they thought they had one more mana? Or maybe they're coining it? Yeah, they're coining. The armor there is kind of annoying. Gives them just more time. I have time, I think, before the opponent's gonna have some like really scary pop-off turns. Their quest is not anywhere near complete. I don't think I'm dead here. There's no reason for me to start sacking my own board. Just leave it up as a threat he has to deal with. This is a really strong board. If he clears like most of it, it's probably not enough. Because I have cannibalism, so clearing some of my minions just makes the other one stronger. He has to kind of full clear here. Unfortunately, my 5/1 does go down right away. The Brain Freeze there is not bad. He's doing a decent job of stalling out. That being said, this is just 4... 10... Yeah, this is lethal. Oh, he clears it with the second Brain Freeze. What's up? You have what? I didn't know it was contagious. I'm so sorry. I don't remember what I said. Let me start with the Chill Fallen Baron here. See what I draw into. Grain Crate's very good, of course. Is it a hero power this turn? Lichborn Might takes this to 6, 10. 10 damage. Is 10 damage interesting? It puts him on 3 health, but I don't think he's like any more dead if I do that than if I don't do that.
I will find a way.
Like, it doesn't open up any outs. Let me see what I find here first. Stitch Giant has got to be pretty good. I don't know how many corpses I've spent, but I have to imagine it's quite a few, and I have some draws that let me spend more. And these other ones kind of just suck. I think I can play this next turn, yeah. I can play that next turn, so it's really good. I probably shouldn't have developed the Foul Egg. It keeps me from getting one of my zombies. I just saw that I had enough mana and played it. You said you had cannibalism? Yeah, I have cannibalism. It's a augment that like makes your minions buff up adjacent minions when they die. Opponent is getting kind of scarily close to completing the quest here. That being said, I would say there's probably still 2 turns out. And this, I think, is just lethal. Opponent's on 10, this is... Yeah, that's super lethal. Opponent did a pretty good job of holding out against this deck and stalling, but... I'm honestly really torn. I think it's really close. I'm gonna take the Exorciser. Right now in the deck I don't have a silence, so it could help me silence an important target. It could also just be like a decent tempo play. 3 mana, 3/3 weapons, not horrible. Not to mention, this gets me another rune forging, which makes my Glaciax and Exorciser a little bit more consistent here. Don't know what you were trying to say there. Starting with both weapons in hand. I think I'm going to send that one back, hold on to the Glaciax. It's a big Hyrule, so it's good to have it in my opening hand. Plagued Grain turn 1 is good. Don't currently have good turn 2. Lord Marrowgar's a little bit stranded in hand. Not what I want in my opener for sure. That being said, it's reasonably likely I'm going to get a few dead Lord Marrowgars here because I just have 3 in my deck this run. The people are saying out of pocket and stuff in the R6 game I'm in. What's wrong with them saying out of pocket? Hopefully I hit some of these plagued grains early. Sucks in this deck. I have a lot of 2-drops, so missing all of them. Really unfortunate here. Dang. I feel like that is a really big high roll for the opponent. It's a good weapon. This is really good at cleaning up 1/1s, by the way. I'm a little bit afraid to see if a scary beast comes down this turn. But if not, I just develop the Glaciax next turn and I think I'm happy. Opponent's thinking about playing this card over here, which he's been holding since turn 1. It's a Bash. Opponent is on a lot of armor, man. They might just have like some armor outs here. Do I hit here with this? I think so, right? Like, I'm gonna need board control to win this game. I can't really race the opponent down. They're already on 35 health. Sorry, 37 health. So I need to, like, establish board control and prioritize that. Like, 3 damage face here just doesn't get me far enough. It's just that, like, out of pocket is, like, an age-inappropriate thing for people to say. Like, you have to be a child to say that. Grain Crate here is a good draw. Double Grain Crate. I'm gonna start here, see what I find. Necrotic Mortician's pretty good. Develop the egg here. Just to, have some resistance into a big AoE turn here. I feel like the leather working kit has got to be actually decent for the opponent. But now it's representing 15 damage. 2 improved secrets are scary. Hopefully he whiffs on the explosive drop. He didn't snap pick either time. But that doesn't guarantee he didn't get the explosive drop. I'm gonna go here. Oh, that actually doesn't make them survive Explosive Trap because it's improved. I'm gonna start here, see what I find. Okay, it's not Explosive Trap. Do I care about pressing hero power first? Not really. This thankfully actually decreases the cost of my Stitch Giant a lot, just that one card. Go ahead and Runeforge here, see what I find. Exerciser. I should have traded first, I'm dumb. I just wasn't even thinking about the weapon. I hope that doesn't cost me. A big minion here? Actually the sickest outplay ever. Not buffing these so that his anchor gets less armor. It's calculated. This has got to be lethal, right? 11, yeah. Exerciser here. Just clears the taunt. There might be some sort of secret that triggers when I attack the minion here, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Yeah, he knows he's dead. GG. These early rounds I think are the easiest with this deck. Just because it plays like an aggro deck. You can kind of raise people down at these low HPs. Mummy Magic is nuts for my deck, right? I have Haunted Creeper, Infected Peasant, Nerubian Egg, Chill Fallen Baron. I mean, I don't even need to see the other options. That's just nuts. Haunted Creeper is good with the Mummy Magic. Another Rune Forging is interesting. Another Grave Strength good. Chill Fallen Baron is of course broken with the Mummy Magic. That card's just nuts. I think the Spectral Knight's not good enough. I'm gonna go with these cards. Third Rune Forging could kind of end up dead in hand with only 2 weapons in deck. But honestly, Rune Forging is decent. The Baron here is really good. And another Grave Strength is pretty good too. Just to more consistently hit a wide buff for the board forging. I don't think so, right? Like, early I want foul eggs and plague grains and whatnot. I don't think Rune Forging is good enough here. Honestly, Battlefield Necromancer without a 1-drop feels pretty bad too. I'm gonna send that all back. This is nuts with Mummy Magic, which is why I'm keeping it. Drew the exact same hand, basically. This is kind of awkward, actually. When it has Book of Wonders and Rally the Troops. Okay, one of his Book of Wonders is gone. Double Rune Forging here is awkward. I'm gonna go for it because basically using the mana now is as good as getting the discount, because otherwise I just waste the mana here.
May the light grant you peace.
I'm not happy about it, but I'll play the Necrotic Mortician here. Oh man, that's kind of scary. After he plays an undead this turn, it has Reborn. Hopefully he's not holding anything too gross with that. Only has 3 mana to mess around with. I put it behind me so I no longer remember what they said, assuming that's other than creative ways to imply the N-word in chat. That's okay. Compared to like the 4-3, which just gets traded into here. Plus, I don't have enough corpses for the death rattle on this yet. As I said, this is kind of an awkward hand. At least I tutored both weapons out of the deck, so I should have hopefully a good chance of getting a solid draw. There's only, I would say, like 5-6 cards in hand or in deck that are really bad draws. The rest are pretty good. Ooh, Rune Forging is dead too, actually. It's like a scary start by the opponent. They just got off to such a fast start. I'm on the back foot here, which is not a position this deck does well in. Because I don't see a good way. Oh my god, the Men-at-Arms is just crushing there. I just can't come back from that. It's too much tempo and value as well. Now all of his Silverhand recruits for the rest of the game are going to be 3/3s. I need the egg on board to trade. And potentially absorb a buff from Anti-Magic Shell. This Death Rattle doesn't go off, so I'm actually just dead on board. If he's gonna end the game, I'll let him play, but if it's gonna be him, I'll just concede. Okay, he's just ending. Nice. Oh wait! Actually, it's not lethal because killing those two gives me 2 corpses, so the second Death Rattle goes off, so I have 1 taunt. What can I draw here that keeps me in the game? Nothing, right? Yeah, there's no draw here that's good enough. I only have 1 more Battlefield Necromancer, and that's the only taunt I have left in the deck. Oh man, another muster for battle there is so nuts. That was kind of the nuts draw from the opponent, and I didn't hit my stuff as much. Like, if I could have contested him on deck or on board there, maybe it's not as bad because I can clear some of those 1/1s before they get buffed up. But just playing from behind that whole game was rough. Hit like all 3 rune forgings. Interesting, but so is Staff of Scales. I think this is the more consistent pick. Just gets me a bunch of corpses, it's a bunch of removal. The Chill Fallen Barons here are really, really good. The Wailing Soul is just atrocious in this deck. Unstable Ghoul is not great. This is 3 Death Rattles, but I don't think I want to be healing the opponent for like 10 health with the Zombie Chows. Because you have to remember they get Reborn. The Chill Fallen Barons are just too good, I think. Found to have violated the terms and conditions. They're looking at 5 whole minutes off.
Finally, a real fight.
Haunted Creeper's really good. I don't think I keep any of this stuff. I'm thinking about the Anti-Magic Shell with the Haunted Creeper. Because this card is kind of like a 1-card swarm. But I think I want to hit early stuff like... I want to try to hit the Chill Fallen Barons. I want to try to hit... Nice, double Chill Fallen Baron is nuts. Marrowgar's less nuts. But hopefully this will help me fill out the mid-game. Opponent has Inspiring Presence and Special Delivery. We'll see how many rush minions they have. This could be kind of scary. This is essentially like a faster Mummy Magic if you think about it. It gets them another 1 health copy of a minion in the same way Mummy Magic does, but I need to get something on board to counter that. I don't love using the coin here with auto turn 2 play, but I'm kind of afraid of the Arms Dealer. I don't want something like disgusting to happen where he gets a million undead buffed up and I just lose the game right away. Next turn, even just Lichborn Might trade seems fine. Get the Arms Dealer off the board, basically. Man, I remember when Kobolds and Catacombs came out. That was like a really fun expansion for me, I think. Isn't there like some interaction here where if you draw a good card over there, it blows up? Wow, he went for the trade himself. I think I'm like really happy to see that. Because now I trade back. That's a really good draw, by the way, the Nerubian Egg. Buff next turn.
Unity. Precision. Unity. Precision.
Oh man, that's so strong. Opponent is hoping to discover all of these rush minions, I suppose. It does not matter what order I play these in, so long as, or sorry, what order I trade these in. Like, the attack buff isn't relevant for any of these trades, so I'll just put this in the middle to absorb the attack buffs on those. Or sorry, not the attack buff, the cannibalism buff. Bag of stuffing. They're probably going to be hitting a lot of the stand as one. Yeah, there's one. Maybe he's going to look for like a 0 cost card so he doesn't mill here. There's 2. I think it's interesting he's going for all these discovers like right away. Why did they draw a million cards? They played Bag of Stuffing. Draw cards until your hand is full. For 4 mana. Just kind of a good value reload. I'll start here. Rune Forging. I was hoping to hit Glaciax. Just to get that chugging along. But since it's Exerciser, I'm going to hold off. I think the Silence could be pretty relevant to like help me push through a taunt or something later. And I don't really think I need to develop like anything else onto the board here. I mean, obviously I put the Chill Fallen Baron here. That's not like the craziest high pressure minion. But I feel like this board's already threatening enough. If he doesn't deal with it, he's dead in a couple of turns. The Runthak is the reason he was going for all of his discovers right away. He wants to hit minions to get buffed up by the Overlord Runthak. So his whole hand now has +2/+2. Is that just a little bit too slow? Grave Strength means, like, almost certainly, right? I'll start here. Into Grave Strength. Hopefully it's not Oh My Yogg. Oh my god, the Oh My Yogg could be nuts. Let's see what I hit here. Evolving Spores could be crazy too, though. Ooh, the Taunt is not what I was looking for. I'll just trade here. It gets reborn anyway, it draws me a card. Make my options a little bit more interesting next turn. Does keep the opponent alive here. That Oh My Yogg was nuts. But I'm so far ahead, it feels like it doesn't matter that he just cancelled like 4 mana worth of my spells. He's on 16 health. Next turn, Exerciser plus Hero Power is 6 damage. Yeah. He just didn't hit enough rush minions. I have way more death rattles for my augment than he has rush minions for his. So the Siege seems like it's good in my deck, but a lot of my cards that generate like swarmy stuff do so as like spells or as death rattles. So it's not actually that crazy. I feel like Loyal Henchman is good just as like a guaranteed early game card in hand. The Death Rattle here is interesting. This is another Death Rattle. Technically, Unstable Ghoul is a Death Rattle, although I feel like it's really bad in this deck because you just stand to nuke your own board too often. The Nerubian Egg is interesting as another Death Rattle. But I think I'm going to go with this middle bucket here. Get another Death Rattle, another Grave Strength, and another Stitched Giant. All of that kind of plays into what this deck wants to do. And the other buckets are just kind of too bad. Are both really good draws. Scarlet can be one of those, I did not know they had like a special interaction. This hand is nuts, by the way. Death Rattle, Death Rattle, Death Rattle. 1, 2, 3. The only problem could be if the Ymir Jar Deathbringer doesn't have enough corpses. Loyal Henchman here. can help me round out the mana curve potentially. Definitely not on turn 2. I'm gonna go Infected Peasant turn 2. The recycling there could be kind of nuts. It could just give the opponent enough time to stabilize. Just by getting some armor. The Loyal Henchman could be a big guy later. Just help me hit face. Pushing up damage at some point. Opponent's roping me turn 1? Did they disconnect or something? Well, I guess I'll take a free win. I mean, obviously I would always prefer to play it out, but I guess if someone's gonna disconnect, I would rather it not be me. Oh, nope, they're back. They have their own Haunted Creeper here, which, of course, their Mummy Magic makes that nuts. I don't trade into that, right? Like, I don't want him to have a breakpoint into my Deathbringer here. And if I trade, then it summons the 2 Spectral Spiders plus the Haunted Creeper. So, huh. That's kind of interesting by the opponent. The Unstable Ghoul slows me down a lot, but it's not great for him either. He's nuking his own Haunted Creeper here. Just wish there was a way I could get this to pop before, like, full clearing. I think I can just take it slow this turn.
This can't be good.
Like, I don't know that I need to be the one who's in, like, a huge hurry here. Because the Unstable Ghoul just slows me down a lot. But I have to imagine it's making things awkward for the opponent, too. Oh man, Baron Rivendare's kind of nuts, actually. Makes this into a 2 damage AoE. And then he gets... Oh no, thankfully the spider dies too. He gets 4 off of it. Do I need to kill the Rivendare? Hmm... I'm afraid of that. Like, I don't want to just lose to some dumb death rattle stuff the opponent does. Plus, that trade lets me empower my grave strength, which lets me spend 5 corpses, which makes my stitched giant playable. And lets me push a lot of damage face here. Vampiric Blood is a good heal there. Obliterate is a nuts draw. Off the top, too. They healed for 10 this turn. Why is he doing 1 damage there? What does 2 damage to Astalor? This is a really good draw. I think Exorciser usually gets a lot of value because they are a Death Rattle deck. But I also just like pushing damage face here. Often the game ends within 2 turns. And if that happens, then this is just 3 free damage face. If it looks like it's going to go long, then I can start using this to trade into some valuable Death Rattle minions. Lucky Lost Limit. I have no idea what you need to do in this game. To me, it's an enigma. The general... Oh man, he gets my Marrowgar here. That being said, Merogar wasn't looking like it's going to be very good, because I didn't have a ton of corpses for it anyway. If he clears this here, I get the death rattle, because I have 3 corpses. Oh, he's just dead. GG. The general idea is that each side starts with 30 health. If you reduce your opponent's health to 0, you win the game. Another Merogar is interesting, another Stitch Giant's interesting too, but none of it's really what I'm looking for. Armsteel are honestly not horrible in this deck. I have a lot of undead, but I think no more, please. I just don't want to, like, dilute the buckets. I want to hit my good cards. And then there are weapons as well. But I wouldn't worry about weapons for right now. This is an example of a minion. So every turn you get your mana crystals refreshed, and you start with 1 mana crystal on turn 1. You'll get 2 mana crystals on turn 2, and so on and so forth, all the way up until you have 10 mana crystals. Unfortunately missing my turn 1 here, but I get a strong turn 2 with the Nerubian Egg. And that can get me some corpses going for the Battlefield Necromancer. So this minion, you can see in the top left corner of it, it costs 2 mana. That's what that 2 in the blue gem means. It's 2 of these mana crystals down here. Whenever you play a minion, it can't attack that turn. I think this is fine here. This just lets me develop the 4/4 onto the board, clear his Void Fiend, get another egg, get a corpse for a potential rune forging next turn. Try to hit Glaciax maybe. Alternatively, Battlefield Necromancer could be good. But I just have enough corpses to work with because of this dying plus the Plagued Grain. I understand how the game works, but I never would know what you should do in game. I feel like it comes with time. I've played this game for like quite a few years at this point. Hopefully I hit Glaciax. No Glaciax, there's kind of unfortunate. This is guaranteed to be Glaciax, and I'll just go Necromancer here. I don't think I'm too afraid of this. Like, this deals 1 damage every turn. I don't need to be like shockingly afraid. If he buffs it and like inner fires it or something, I have a taunt up, so he's not gonna like kill me. And I have an Exorciser in hand, so I can just silence and kill it next turn. It does delay my Glaciax, but I'm okay with that. But yeah, I think it just comes with experience, like knowing what the best play is. I played this game for like quite a few years when I was younger. So you kind of develop a sense for like what a good trade is, when you should go face. And like how to analyze the numbers and stuff, how to analyze breakpoints. The foul egg here, by the way, is really, really good. Just gets me some resilience on board in case he has like a Holy Nova or something. Opponent's looking kind of just dead here. Next turn, Grave Strength does enough to push me to lethal. Unless he finds something amazing off of the palm reading. Giving the Grimmer Patron Reborn is good, but it's just too slow here. A nice early win. That's great. Ooh, actually, I need more corpses. Can I get enough corpses here? No, I can't. I thought I had lethal, but I don't actually have lethal. Unless this is lethal anyway. This is 5, 9, 12, 13... Yeah, it's lethal. Nice, we got there on turn 6 that game. Felt ruthlessly aggressive. Krusty the Crustacean's always just default good, but I think Gentleman's Top Hat here is really nuts. Give a minion +2/+2 and Death Rattle, give your top hat to another minion. Just plays into our Swarm Death plan so well. Or sorry, our Swarm game plan so well. All of these are bad. Construct Quarter's decent in the deck. But I don't think I want more Construct Quarters in the deck. Like, I want to hit my Death Rattles and stuff. The Baron Rivendare is good in the deck, just for doubling up Death Rattles, but once again, I don't want to add, like, bad cards to my deck. Nerubian Egg is good, but the Nerubar Weblord is just not good enough. Is that a SpongeBob reference? Is what a SpongeBob reference? Krusty's Crustacean. Is there something like that in SpongeBob? I've always just known Krusty the Crustacean from Duels. If it's a SpongeBob thing, that's news to me. Ooh, Runic Helm is a lot of value for the opponent. They could get a lot of board clears off of that too. That being said, the board clear they get off of that is like Death and Decay, or they get Doom, or what is it called? Doom Pact? So they could delete a lot of cards out of their deck this game, potentially. Maybe I can fatigue them. Command the Elements is a little bit scary. I don't have a good turn 1 here. Next turn is probably coin 3 into 3. Because these help me find better plays for my next few turns. Archmage's Staff. Jeez, they're going to be having so many cards in their hand. Well, I definitely can't win a value game, but I might be able to win a race. Not that that really matters. But it might mean that they're not drawing cards out of their deck, because this goes off and the Lich King thing goes off before they get a chance to draw cards from their deck. The Death Coil face there. It's ruthlessly aggressive, but I like it by the opponent. It shows they understand that they need to race. Unfortunately, I'm going to be milling at least 1 card here, because my hand's on 10 cards, which is the most you can hold. But I don't have another turn 3 play. I drew into the Exerciser, by the way.
The storm is in me.
I don't think, like, milling a card is the end of the world. I have 2 Marrowgars in hand, which is already more than enough. By the way, this is... Oh man, that's Glaciax gone. Let's start here. See if this secret, like, interacts with spells. Okay, it doesn't interact with spells, but it does interact with me destroying one of their minions. What do they get 2 copies of? The Zapper? That lets them finish their quest here. Or at least finish this stage of it and advance the next one. But I do mill one of their cards. So that's... I didn't even realize I was milling one of their cards. I forget they get like 3 cards every single turn. Man.
The citadel stands strong.
I feel pressured to play so many cards because I don't want to mill cards, but I really want to get this Gentleman's Top Hat down. I think this can generate me like a lot of value in tempo this game if I can get it down. That being said, maybe it is good to wait until I see a few board clears, because they're going to have so many board clears. Once again, another AoE. What does their hand even look like? It's like a bunch of random junk mage spells. A bunch of random Lich King cards and maybe 1 or 2 cards from their deck. Like this is original, I think. This is original. Actually, my deck tracker keeps track of it, I think. Runic Helm, Runic Helm, Runic Helm.
Perfect for the singers.
Totem Carver just doesn't matter, right?
Don't have much time.
The Obliterate on the 5-1 is intriguing there. Let's see if he trades here. That'd be interesting. He does trade. Why don't I start off here, see what I find. I'll take the Posse Fire. I think it's good. It helps me feed into my Bone Marrowgar. Now the question is how I finish out this turn. I'll start here, with the plan being to top hat. I'll hit face here. Right now on board, if he clears this and this, he can't clear this. But if he clears this, he can't clear everything else. The top hat lands on something. That being said, of course, he's really likely to have an answer between all the Lich King cards and this mage spells he has in hand. Particularly with this having spell damage. But I'm not, like, crazy sad if this top hat doesn't do anything. It's a lot of spell damage I'm staring down. Ooh, one of the original anti-magic shells. Back when this was a Lich King card, it used to give +2/+2. Man, that is such a strong board. I should have been playing around that. Like, I know it's reasonably likely he has that in hand.
Don't have much time.
The citadel stands strong.
Hopefully, one big Marrowgar can help me clean this up, but this is going to be a tough game now.
I can be very persuasive.
Do I trade this here or here? Like, how afraid am I of another 1/1 every turn? I think the spell damage is scarier. I'm on 16 corpses, this is going to be 17 corpses. Is that enough for Marrowgar to be good yet? I might need to play more stuff first. Let's see what I draw into, I guess. I'm sitting on 3 Marrowgars here, it feels bad. It's like 3 dead draws. Or 2 dead draws, I guess. One of them is going to be useful, but the other ones just feel like they don't do anything here. That being said, Marrowgar makes Giant free the next turn. Is Nerubian Egg interesting here? I think I'm gonna go Marrowgar here. I don't think it needs to be like the biggest thing ever to be pretty good. And then, like, worst case scenario, we can start building up corpses again and go for another Marrowgar after this. I'll go for the value trade there. Mill's Izor Totem. What spell do we think he has? Probably Counter Spell? Could be Flame Ward though, I need to play around this. Maybe this trade is bad then, because it leaves me... Ooh, the Doom Pact there is a really good answer, but it does thin his deck a lot. 7 cards out of his deck gone. I probably should have held the Stitch Giant expecting him to have the Doom Pact there. Like, double value trade. Because he, like, almost always has it here. I'm on 22 cards in deck, I'm on 12 left in deck. If I get him to commit another giant Doom Pact, I might be able to win this game. Let me see what I find here. Rune Forging is dead because my other weapon got milled. I kind of feel like I need to play for more of a value game now, but that's not what this deck is good at. But with the Doom Pact there, it just reset my tempo so much. I kind of want both of these to get reborn, that's why I didn't play them there.
Never be afraid of your inner power.
This is scary. Could have a big pop-off turn here. It's gonna be kind of difficult for him to ever play the quest because I know it. The Death and Decay there. Opponent's starting to push for maybe a lethal opportunity. If they're sitting on a lot of damage in hand, they have a lot of mage spells. And this is a lot of spell damage too. The Rune Forging is a dead draw, man. Only 4 corpses, so the Marrowgar's not interesting yet. Double Rune Forging in hand is so bad. I'm just playing these to get them on board. Can do anything else to show you it's a reference, which oftentimes references in this game will go like out of their way to make it painfully clear. Why didn't he attack? Oh, he did attack. For some reason it felt like he didn't attack there.
Gain strength on this grave soil.
I don't think another Grave Strength does anything here, right? Actually I need it to be alive.
Gain strength on this grave soil.
Wait, no I didn't. I could have played Anti-Magic Shell if I hero powered first. Would have been better, I think. Because now I'm back down to 0 corpses. Which makes Marrowgar atrocious again. That being said, this is kind of a big threat. He might trade here, which could give me a little bit more time. No, he probably just has lethal, right? I mean, he's sitting on like 1 billion mage spells. I can't imagine he doesn't have it. Or even one Death and Decay does it. That doesn't do it by itself. I hope this isn't just BM. Okay, it looks like he's looking for lethal. He doesn't have it, but he's likely to find it. Another bioluminescence there. Gives him even more spell damage. What's wrong, Bowie? What did he hit? I didn't even see what it was. Like a frostbolt or something. Grave Strength is interesting. All this stuff is kind of interesting, but I'm not interested in diluting my deck even more. I think
The League of Explorers cannot fail.
Finally, a real fight.
I'm gonna send this back here because I don't think it's good enough to keep with how many rune forgings I have in the deck. I really want to try to draw it off of rune forging at this point, I think. We're up against the Starseeker Elise deck, so they might try to do some crazy miracle stuff. That being said, that deck can struggle to deal with like sticky boards like this. Just like having to commit resources to deal with the board means that you can't save all of those resources for like a crazy pop-off turn or something. No good turn 2 play. Do I put Necromancer here? It's just a 2/2. I think yes. I want to start pressuring the opponent here. And I think Loyal Henchman on average is better. Instrument Tech is interesting. That means they're going to get the... They're going to get the Dragon Soul here. So they could probably start summoning 5/5s as soon as next turn. Like if they have a palm reading or something in hand. I think I'll start here. Ooh, Top Hat's really good. I think I'm happy to just go Top Hat here into hit face. This gives me a better trade into like a 5/5 next turn if they summon 1. If they summon 2, it could be kind of tricky. Although the anti-magic shell can help me get there with some better breakpoints. Oh my god, the Shard of the Naru there is nuts. The silence and all this stuff. That denies me 3 cards and 2 Reborns. 4 cards and 2 Reborns. I definitely want to use the hero power here. The question is just what I was doing in addition to using hero power. I think I want to use a rune forging before I draw into one of my weapons. And developing the Nerubian egg here is good just in that it's a reborn target for the hero power. What did the opponent play? I didn't see. Some sort of discover cards, they're discounting their spells again. Wand of Disintegration? I'm not that sad to see that there, to be honest. Like, there's definitely going to be better boards in the future that he wants to wand. I'll go 2+2. +2. Denying the opponent a spell here could be valuable. I just don't want them getting the coin. Like, it often makes the difference for a 5/5 or like getting an extra Moonfire or something. Man, another Shard of the Naru here. The silences are nuts, dude. And that deck doesn't even like normally run Shard of the Naru in the main deck. By the way, he probably drafted all of this. I'm kind of running out of stuff, man. 2 of my Chillfallen Barons getting silenced is just so rough. I can silence this again at least. He has 2 5/5s though. Like, this Dragon Soul is just starting to get out of hand. This is a really good draw. Honestly, maybe trading this much is kind of bad. Like, I'm taking good trades. Oh my god, wait, how did... Oh, wait, he just... Wait, open the doorways. What does open the doorways? Oh, he discovered the Wand of Disintegration, so he had 2 copies. Man, that really sucks. That's probably a game. I don't have, like, a way to build another board. Like, unless I draw into a Chill Fallen Berry. Oh my god, dude. That's so much damage. Oh, he can hit 2 more 5/5s here, maybe. He discovers a spell that costs 2 less. So if he gets, like, a Nature Studies or something here, you go Nature Studies into another spell. But I think that's just GG. Like, what do I actually draw into here that saves me? Staff of Scales? Is Staff of Scales off the top one time? Next turn, my ideal play would be to draw Chillfallen Baron, play it to draw Staff of Scales, and then clear with Staff of Scales. The Dream one time.
The citadel stands strong.
Foul leg. GG.
A fair battle.
Wow, they had the survival of the fittest as well. Plus the pure cold copy. Man, I had no chance that game. What a crazy miracle deck. That deck kind of high roll or low rolls. Like, when it hits the weapon early and like hits discovers and stuff, the deck's really, really strong. But if you miss your augments or you miss the weapon, it feels like you do a whole lot of nothing. Oh man, bad pack. None of these are like super interesting or cool cards either.
My hands stable, I feel able to turn the tables, I could do this. Just keep moving, keep your hands up, stupid. I feel lucid, a new viewing. I can see the end, I can see my future, I can view it. It's right there for the taking. Everything I've ever wanted, dreams are just waiting. I just gotta fight for it, willing to die for it, willing to like soreness. I just need a hike for it. I'm standing up 'cause I've had enough. I won't give up.